Happy Independence Day, my people. Yes, it is 4th of July weekend, so we have an extra day of rest, you could say. And we got a 4-day, Tuesday through Friday week coming up. And what to expect with metamaterials? Well, I had mentioned that it had not went below or sub $1 yet. And of course, the hedge funds had to get theirs, of course, back here in the back of the mind, I would have placed a side bet that it was going to just for that purpose, shake out the stop losses, make sure they get theirs, get your shares. But other than that, the little game they play, and they ain't going to lose. And if you don't want to lose, hold your shares. Um, but other than that, I have an opinion that we're going to actually start climbing back up towards that $2 mark again. After all of the dilution and all of the naysayers and, just the fact that most investors have completely lost their faith in George, I don't think anything really has changed except time. I believe all those that hold MMTLP, which at one point a while back I had to sell all but like 45 shares of my 2,145 that I had, after finding Torchlight December 8th, 2020, earlier than most. After having to sell those when I'm the biggest believer in it, I was believing they were going to be $100 long before oil was $100 a barrel. What a rough ride. And most people that have only been in it a fraction of the time are beyond fed up with George, But it is oil. It is big money. There's more than one reason we haven't been paid out on those special dividends yet. We learn more and more through time, which I must shout out to Bird Lady because I bet we're learning most from her. And everybody else is just reiterating it. Tony from Market Moves, I know, is knowledgeable. I enjoy listening to Terry Yonkers, really pretty much above all of them these days. He does his thing. He's easy to listen to. But all in all, we have to hold tight, man. We have a strong community with metamaterials. I mean, I have a bunch of calls. I mean, I don't expect a miracle in one way, but in another way, it is possible. I've got a lot of these calls for the 15th of July this month. With metamaterials, I've got a $1.50 call. I've got 25 buys with a $2 call. I got 10 buys with a $3 call. So, who knows? Metamaterials decides to go to $3, my life changes, and that would be more awesome than most of you guys know. I ended up having to sell all of my stocks. Okay. I must not worry about that thought in my mind of how people will criticize me and how I shouldn't say what I'm about to say, but I had no money left and I used my $1,000 instant deposit from Robinhood. Made $800 profit on it doing my first ever option, and they took their $1,000 back. It was actually almost 900 profit. It was like 859. And then with my options and stuff, my portfolio went down to 6 and 4, and it's sitting at $282 if that. It might be actually it's like 242 right now. But I have a lot of skin in the game. And most people look at this and criticize and leave comments and laugh and say no way or talk crap about Exla. Dude, Exla has to reach $1 to be NASDAQ compliant. They have tens and tens, almost maybe 100,000 employees. I don't want to say something ridiculous. I thought they had 70,000 employees. They leave their lights on. And I don't really care that much about Exla. I mean, on this whole list, that last one that's excellent doesn't matter much. Of course, when I posted on Weeble, Webble, Tomato, my first comment was, why would you post that? None of those are going to blah, blah, blah. Whatever. You guys out there in this metamaterial realm, just know I put my money, even the money it's borrowed that I don't have, I put my money where my mouth is. So win, lose, or draw, I go down with the ship. And you guys want to get together and do the same thing and bring this metamaterials back up closer to 2 and maybe over 2 and God willing $3 in the next couple weeks, which I don't expect. I didn't put millions of dollars on it. I put borrowed money on it to try to change my life because I've done nothing but lose since last June with this Torchlight merger. That's what I've done. I don't recommend that to anybody. That's certainly not financial advice. In fact, it's probably the furthest from financial advice that I would ever give anyone. But now you see where I'm at. So yeah, I got my fingers crossed, and I'm all prayed up, and I'm optimistic, and manifest destiny and all of that. But at the end of the day, nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to go up or down. I just know if it finally goes the way at some point it's going to have to go, because it's been read so long, and everything, unless it goes out of business, has a floor, that if I catch it this July, I stand a chance. So that's what my hope is on. And it seems like that they're going to be going through processes, and I could be very wrong on this because I've missed a lot of recent videos on it. I'm going to actually send them to my dad and have him tell me, unless it's Terry Yonkers, because I'm so disheartened. It's no offense to anybody, but I mean, Bird Lady's so knowledgeable, but you know, but I don't have the patience to listen to more BS. And it's truth. I'm not saying they're giving out false information, but it's BS, the facts of the news that they have to relay to us. We all know we should have been paid a long time ago. And we would have all been happy with, like, I remember Terry would have been real happy with $20 dividends. I know Ali from Trading Secrets thought under $20 dividends. I know a name I don't want to mention always said $1 to $3 dividends. You know, I know there's one guy that's a lot worse than him that thinks we dang near owe them after the dividends. Okay, so, you know, and Bird Lady, you know, $75 and up. Okay, I was screaming $100 before I ever heard of Bird Lady and was laughed at like an idiot. We're talking about oil. You have to go with your gut. You can't listen to idiots. You're only an idiot when you listen to somebody else, like I did years ago when I bought Dogecoin. Oh, Dogecoin anywhere done. Who cares what something is if you buy it cheap and it goes up and you cash out and secure your profits? That's the name of the game. But idiots want to overanalyze things. Sometimes you shouldn't do that. So when I was new to that, I remember buying Dogecoin, and I bought 100,000 coins at a third of a cent. I listened to some idiot tell me I paid too much. Okay, and not long after that, it went to what, 75 cents? You know what I mean? That would have changed my life. So go with your heart, go with your gut, man. Do your due diligence on everything. Always try to buy a dip. Of course, make sure I can see my finger on here. Of course, you know, over time, even when something goes down, you got that little, you want to call it a dead cat bounce? You want to name it something else? Is it something I don't know? But I know that the reality is most stocks don't just go straight down. Now, we've seen that happen. We've seen that happen in like a blink of an eye. Look what happened to metamaterials recently. Look what happened to Be Big more than once. Before this Cryptide merger that Ali was optimistic, just like I was, that we would see Be Big at $20 a share, and should we sell off before the merger, or you know, hold through the merger to get the Cryptide, and is it going to go up and down? Man, and then not everybody got all their shares of Cryptide in their accounts. Some people were short on that. I believe including me. I had a bunch of Be Big on and off, and I held it during the original days we were supposed to, and the news changed. You know, I had one Be Big in my Webbull account, and I bought like, I don't know, 12 more shares, $1.98 for, and it's like sitting at $1.34 after coming up a few cents. So, I mean, these market makers and hedge funds and this overall economy and the time that it's taken for pretty much all the stocks to go down, It really is. I mean, it sucks, but it really is a buying opportunity. And it might keep going down. You might buy it and lose a bunch. And then you remember I said it was a buying opportunity. And you remember Terry Yonker says buy the dip. And then you get frustrated. Well, then you lose. Or you continue to hold and you continue to lower your average. And at some point, when the elite folks in this world that seem to never go broke, that control the market, when it goes up, believe me, because they catch it both ways. They're going to make money too. At some point, it's in their best interest also to go up. So make sure that you've got enough sense and patience to hold. For me, hey, I sold these things and I'm telling you what to do, to the opposite. It's because I've had little to no work, no transportation, fighting homelessness. Uh, you know, I'm barely hanging on right now. So I'm glad that I just discovered how to do options, something I've avoided since I started the stock market and something I'm just now into. I'm not worried about everybody's opinions of risk. I do my own risk reward assessment with my portfolio and my life. And, I put my money where my mouth is. So glad I made enough profit to at least have skin in the game, despite it not even being $250 now at this point. And last year I was sitting with, $23,228 and some odd cents from 2,135 Torchlight shares when they peaked out at $10.88 a share. And then the reverse split happened and they called it $21 and like 76 cents. And I just hope we all have learned lessons from this very, very painful situation, because it's not easy, but it is possible. And that's why I make these videos. I tell the truth. I call it for how I see it. Sometimes I'm wrong about things and I learn. I don't take things as personal, even though I'm passionate and it seems like it. I take it personal that I'm living in poverty. I take it personal that I don't have financial freedom, and I'm trying to do something about it. And I didn't get much help from information from somebody, again, that I don't want to name. And, I'm going to leave it at that. But I don't point fingers at other people, but things happen. And that you have to learn. You have to pick up. You have to be wise to what's going on and why it's going on, whether you're right or wrong about a person's motives or intentions. You have to always... especially when you get burnt, you always have to have that now in the back of your mind. When there's a merger, is it going to be like Torchlight? It's the best we can do. We're not God and we're not psychic. So the best we can do is try to be our own stock swamis. And that's through common sense, due diligence, and following your head and your heart. Both. Try that instead of not doing one and doing the other. If you've got instincts and intuition, you roll with it. It's telling you things for a reason. And all we can do right now is buy and hold what we believe in, and just let the market ride out. Let Jerome Powell do his thing. Let Elon Musk come back and make tweets. Let life happen and make sure that you're holding when it's your time, when your number hits. If you've got skin in the game, secure your profits, grow your portfolio, build it, and continue. Continue fresh and continue to build like building blocks. That's my opinion and my advice for all those folks out there. Bless you, Mamba Kitty. But yeah, just some random thoughts, nothing really premeditated on my mindset on this video. I just wanted to make a video, It seems like when I don't try, I get a bunch of views. When I make a video that I think needs to be viewed and I, share the link with Facebook and family and friends and Stock Twits and Webbull, I don't get nearly the amount of views as I do just saying a bunch of silly stuff. I get a bunch of views and a good amount of thumbs down. Usually more thumbs up than down, but I just think the psychology of human beings are interesting, But it's nice to be a part of this little world in another sense, because I have a sense of belonging. I try to better myself, and I hope that you guys do the same, because as iron sharpens iron, I'll let you figure out the rest. But just some thoughts for the weekend. You know, we've got anticipation for the market. You guys be safe this 4th of July weekend. You know, nothing but peace and love, man. No violence, you know. Kumbaya. Seriously, I don't care your religion, your sexual preference, your political views, your financial status. You know, keep a clear mind and open heart, open eyes. Always try to reach deep down and find you some common sense in life, whether it's crossing the street or whether it's investing in the stock market. Just words to the wise and those that it may help. You know, for one person laughing at you and criticizing you, somebody else, a word could change their life or set them in the proper direction. And critics that can't see that, their opinions, honestly, I hate to say it like this, but it's true. Correct me if I'm wrong. Their opinion doesn't matter, doesn't pay the bills, doesn't do anything. They're allowed to have it. All of that being said, guys, Mama Kitty, you heard it. He said it himself. Happy 4th of July. Until then, God bless. Even if you're not religious. See you at the bell.